Welcome, everyone, to the Dividend Grinder.
Okay, now this grinder of yours, is it a real grinder or is it some kind of a metaphor?
All right, you may have noticed right off the bat, if you're looking at the slices, there is something different from the last time I brought a video out. AT&T is gone. 100 shares. I sold all of my AT&T shares. I put them into the monthly mania pie. What happened? Well, I listened to their earnings report, and I just wasn't impressed. They did generate a lot of free cash flow, which is good if you're hoping out for the dividend. I would not complain about their cash flow situation relative to the dividend. Is it going to keep increasing over the years? I think it will. The 1 cent a year that they have been, the cash flow is strong. However, I'm not excited about investing. I said in the last video, if AT&T goes below 30, that's when I start investing in it. It went below 30 after the earnings release because they missed revenues. And I went to buy it, and I'm just like, man, I just do not feel like the passion to invest in AT&T. I don't see anything on the horizon. They have a lot of debt, and everyone knows that. But I mean, after the Time Warner acquisition, what else could they do to possibly modernize? I don't know. I couldn't get excited over AT&T. I can get excited over the monthly Mania Slice, and that's what you're seeing is now $3,700 into the monthly Mania Slice. It is doing fine. Both holdings, Gladstone has been doing on fire. It's almost at $20 today. Very high. Not buying any of that. Waiting for it to get at a better value before I buy any Gladstone. But the monthly Mania is also doing quite well. If we go into the holdings, now that I have about $3,700 into that, if we go to the shares here, you can see only a couple of them have less than 1 share of him. So my lowest one here is iShares Agency Bond at 0.65. But it was a lot better. It was like my highest one in the monthly mania was like half a share. And now I have plenty of full shares and a bunch of them. My lowest one being 0.65 shares. My goal is to get 1 share of everything, and then I would be happy with that. But I'm investing in it every single day. So every single day that I do not invest in Gladstone Commercial Corp, I'm putting it right into the monthly mania. So the $30 daily deposits that I do, plus anything I earn on Mechanical Turk, or if I get any referral income, goes right into monthly mania if it's not in Gladstone. So you see the topic of the video. Does the daily dividend portfolio truly pay every single day? And I think you already know the answer to this, but I did this during my lunch break at work. I broke down all 40 holdings. They were all monthly payers, obviously. And here I took a theoretical, if you were to hold X dividend in December, here are all the payouts for January. So you might actually hit the X dividend in January and get paid out in January. But theoretically, let's just say all the X dividends you hit and all the payments were in January. So here's what would have happened. And you see all these yellow highlighted January seconds there. Let's zoom in a little bit so make it easier to see. So anyone that has a highlighted January 2, they actually didn't get paid out in January. What happens is these funds paid out twice in December rather than usually once a month. But they're consistently paying out typically the first or second business day of the month. So I put January 2nd for all of them because that would have been the first business day. In January, I believe, I forget, I honestly forget if there was trading on New Year's. It would have been January 1st or January 2nd regardless. It would not have changed much from there. So as you can see, there were 23 total business days in January. 8 of those you actually got paid a dividend, and 15 you were not. And very interestingly, 21 happened within the first week, that January 1st to January 4th. And then a large majority also came in the middle of the week. You only had 1 that hit between January 7th and 11th, and you only had 3 that hit the end of the month, week 5, January 28th to the 31st. So does it pay every single day? No, it is not. But if you take it, how there's 40 holdings and there's 23 total business days, you get an average of 1.73 dividend per day. That's why I call it daily dividends. The average is there. It makes sense. However, you physically will not receive one every single weekday. That's very difficult to do. Is it possible? Yes, it is possible. But at that point, you're starting to throw in junk holdings, or you're starting to force holdings just to force feed it into paying you every single day. That's not what it's about. You want quality, and I believe this is a quality portfolio, but you still want to get that deal. I mean, listen, it's going to be front-loaded a little more towards the front of the month. That's not a big deal. You're still going to get that feeling because you're going to get one every single week. And that's, the more dividends that roll in, the better. It's going to compound even faster. And on the glory about M1 Finance is that you don't have to reinvest it back into that single holding that you got the dividends. So maybe I want to take all the dividends from Monthly Media and put it into my Gladstone Commercial Corp stock. That would be an idea. But you can do whatever you want with it. So you do not get paid out every single day. I did want to map it out. I was curious myself to see where it would land. And you can see a lot of them land either the beginning of the month or they land in the middle of the month. There really is none in the end. And there really is none like in that like 7 to 10 day range. You're not going to see too much. It's very hard to make it where you get paid every day. I mean, you can own like all the dividend stocks in the entire NASDAQ and Dow Jones Industrial and all that. The entire market, you can own every single dividend stock in the United States. And I honestly don't know if it would pay every single day. It'd be interesting. If someone, I wonder if someone can figure that out, if it truly is possible to pay out every single day. But here's what the 40 holdings in the Monthly Mania Pie do pay out. I say it's daily dividends because it's 1.7 per day. So the portfolio is doing quite well, as you saw on the front page. If we go to the holdings to get the true percentage, up 5.3%, up $890. Man, I can remember when this portfolio was only a total value of $350 when I first funded it. Things are looking great. Obviously, the market is doing fantastic right now, so it's pretty hard not to do good. So I'm not really bragging that I'm like beating the market or anything like that. I'm just riding the market's waves right now. So I hope you enjoyed this video. This was the last day to get the $25 referral link. So if you use the referral link down below, if you're interested in M1 Finance, it is back down to $10. You invest $100, you get $10 for free. Still an awesome perk, in my opinion. Much better than a lot of the other brokerages out there that offer you free referral perks. $10 for investing $100. That's a 10% return right there. This has been the Dividend Grinder. Feel free to leave comments and feel free to comment on the new video format. I actually used editing software and put music in the background so it wouldn't cut out as much. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know down below what you think of the Daily Dividend Pie, and I will see you guys and gals in the next video.